How IoT systems work. Imagine waking up in the morning, and before you even leave bed, your lights turn on automatically. Your coffee starts brewing, your watch tracks your sleep, and your home already knows the temperature you prefer. It feels futuristic, but it's happening right now. And it's all powered by something called the Internet of Things. Or IoT. A technology quietly connecting billions of devices around the world. From smart homes to hospitals to self-driving cars to entire smart cities. But how do these systems actually work? How can ordinary objects talk to each other, make decisions, and sometimes act without human control? Let's break it down. At its core, the Internet of Things means physical devices connected to the Internet, collecting data, sharing information, and often taking action automatically. Unlike traditional computers, IoT includes everyday objects. Sensors, cameras, cars, wearables, industrial machines, even refrigerators. These devices become smart because they can sense, communicate, and respond, and that's where it begins. Most IoT systems start with sensors. Sensors are the eyes and ears of an IoT system. They gather information from the environment. Temperature sensors measure heat. Motion sensors detect movement. Humidity sensors monitor moisture. GPS tracks location. Cameras capture images. Heart sensors monitor health. These devices constantly collect data, and that data is the fuel of IoT. Imagine a smart thermostat. It senses room temperature. Maybe it notices the house is getting too warm. That sensor sends data to the system, and now the device knows something needs to change. But sensing alone isn't enough. That information has to go somewhere. This is where connectivity comes in. IoT devices communicate through networks, sometimes through Wi-Fi, sometimes Bluetooth, sometimes cellular networks, sometimes technologies like Zigbee or LoRa. The method depends on the device. A smartwatch may use Bluetooth. A smart factory may use industrial networks. A remote agriculture sensor may send data through long-range wireless signals. But the goal is always the same: move data from the device to where it can be processed. And this is where things get interesting. Once data is transmitted, it usually reaches a processing system, sometimes inside the device itself, sometimes at the edge close to where data is generated, and often in the cloud. Cloud platforms store, analyze, and manage enormous amounts of information. This is the brain of many IoT systems. Suppose a smart security camera detects movement. It sends data. Software analyzes the event. Is it a person? An animal? A false alarm. If it detects a person at your door, it may send an alert to your phone instantly. All happening in seconds. Sends, transmit, analyze, respond. That single quotes as the core IoT cycle, and once artificial intelligence is added, things become even more powerful. Because IoT doesn't just collect data anymore. It can make intelligent decisions. A smart irrigation system can analyze soil moisture and water crops only when needed. A factory can predict machine failure before breakdown happens. Hospitals can monitor patients in real time. Cities can optimize traffic using connected sensors. Now devices are not just connected, they're becoming intelligent. This is where automation enters. Automation is what makes IoT feel almost magical, because once rules are set, systems can act automatically. No human needed. Motion detected, lights turn on. Temperature rises, air conditioning adjusts, door unlocked. Security camera activates, machine overheating. System shuts down before damage occurs. The device senses something, processes information, and responds automatically. That is an IoT system at work. And this happens at enormous scale. Not just in homes, but everywhere. Think about smart agriculture. Farm sensors monitor soil, weather conditions, water levels, crop health. Then farmers use that data to increase yields while using less water. Or smart health care. Wearable devices track heart rate, blood oxygen, sleep patterns. Doctors may receive alerts before patients even feel symptoms. That's not science fiction, that's IoT. Factories use something called industrial IoT. Massive networks of connected machines monitor production lines, track equipment performance, detect defects, reduce downtime. Entire factories can operate more efficiently. Base machines communicate with machines. And then there are smart cities. Traffic lights connected to sensors. Parking systems showing open spaces, street lights adjusting automatically, waste systems signaling when bins are full, energy grids balancing electricity demand. Cities themselves becoming intelligent systems, all through IoT. But behind every powerful technology, there are challenges. Security is a huge one because if billions of devices are connected, that means billions of potential targets. What happens if hackers access smart homes? Medical devices, industrial systems, security in IoT is critical. Encryption, authentication, secure communication, these are essential because connected systems must also be protected systems. Another challenge is scale. When thousands or millions of devices generate data constantly, managing that data becomes difficult. Storage, latency, reliability, power efficiency. These are major engineering problems, and solving them is driving innovation, especially with edge computing. Instead of sending everything to distant cloud servers, some devices process data locally. Closer to the source, faster decisions. Less delay. That matters for things like autonomous vehicles where milliseconds matter, and as 5G expands, IoT could become even more powerful. Faster networks, lower latency, more connected devices. Entire industries may transform. Some experts believe tens of billions of IoT devices will soon be connected worldwide. Think about that. Billions of devices sensing, communicating, and acting, a digital nervous system for the planet. And we may only be at the beginning because the future of IoT goes beyond connected devices. It merges with AI. Robotics, automation, smart infrastructure. Imagine cities managing themselves, homes anticipating your needs, factories repairing problems before humans notice them, healthcare systems continuously protecting patients. That's where this is heading. A world where physical objects aren't just tools anymore, but intelligent participants in everyday life, and that may redefine how society operates because the internet once connected people. The Internet of Things connects the physical world itself, and that changes everything. The next time your phone connects to your watch, your car navigates intelligently, or your home responds to your voice, remember you're not just using technology. You're interacting with an IoT system, sensors, networks. Data. Intelligence. Automation. Working together. Quietly. Constantly. Shaping the future around you. And this connected future is only getting started. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more videos about artificial intelligence, future technology, and the innovations changing the world. Because the future is already connected.